And as we're about to load in here, I'm gonna play one quick ad for our sponsor Expert.co. Gotta get my overlays ready, and then we got ourselves one hell of a game. Okay, we're good. So, this is gonna be one hell of an interesting match. Horvite, why? I'm still not sure how he wants to pronounce this. I've been casting him for several years now. He got disconnected there. So, Shizui on the Morphling. Once again, a chance for him to kind of prove himself, make a name for himself. So far, he has been playing on the level that people were expecting from him. Meanwhile, Team Doggie got a bit of a theme going on with the covered faces here. If you look at their hero loadouts, well. But, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, this has got to be great, especially as Joe Rotten is gonna suffer so hard, but he's the type of guy who can bear it. He might not have the best of games, he might actually feed a little bit, which is to be expected here. But that's fine, he can recover. Tinker, meanwhile, with one of the more retro Tinker loadouts, Arise. This guy, he knows what he's doing. Swift ending. Pretty much average Chaos Knight game, so Swift ending isn't really going to suffer a lot. It's mostly Hester Joe Rotten who is going to be in a bit of trouble. LeBron on the Earth Spirit, that is one hell of a pick for him. As LeBron, he likes to be aggressive. He likes to just randomly run at people, giving the little head shake there. He's a huge meme lord and a trash talker, which is why I'm a big fan of his. And it's also one of the few supports who's actually proactive, who's actually always jumping in there and causing a lot of havoc. Neuer lastly on the Bane, but the thing with Neuer is he's the type of guy who makes all of his plays in one game and then plays really quietly for like 5 to 10 games in a row. Then once again, when he's needed as a playmaker, they're going to give him a pick according to that role, and he's going to play it properly. But it's a bit different than most people, where either you're a playmaker or you're not. Neuer, he's really content with playing that kind of passive, kind of sacrificial support, where you're not having fun in order for your team to actually win. I'm kind of curious to see Cube Sand King, and it's gonna be a Wagamama tree, and I'm not sure how this is gonna go. Is this like a support Sand King? I mean, this does seem like the two are going to kind of interchangeably switch positions depending on what's necessary. And Treant, he has the nose. Look at the guy. How do you eat with that thing? Like, damn. I mean, it actually kind of fits his style, but it looks a bit goblin-y-ish. I don't know, I kind of feel like Treant with this loadout, there is something, just something that's bothering me about it. Although it looks really cool, and I don't know. Either way, it does look like we're in. I want to take a look at the FGTs here since... Okay, let's just go for it. Coming for that ass from Hester Joe Rotten. Didn't you see me waving from Swift Ending? See, this is why I want to take a look at them. I mean, I'm kind of dying inside from how bad these puns are, but... Aris Magnus from Arise. Not really that spectacular. Let's see. No action happening? Nope. Okay, good. Moving on with the FUGs here. Because I really like to get those things covered in games where I know the players actually put effort in. I now pronounce him Man and Tree from LeBron. He has far more offensive and far more trash talky ones. We've seen them quite a bunch of times so far, but... And the Nunchaku X headshot FUG there. Okay, good luck and fun being called. While they're blocking, we can still take a bit of a look.
The battle begins.
Nice bugged FUG there. Not sure what's up with that. Pudge boys from Cube, because what do you expect from Cube? The guy made his entire career playing Pudge. Not like Dandy, more like as a streamer, but... still a Pudge spammer. 1v1 mid on Vouch. RIP IHCS. From Waga. The only assassin from Stormer. Waga, of course, getting all the comments on this FUG. Okay, Cube actually got a reasonable number for a Pudge spammer. At least he's self-conscious and proud of it. Instead of some people who are then going to reason, but my hero pool is way bigger than this. I only spam Pudge 80% of the time because he's a good pick 80% of the time. That kind of thing, which people tend to do a lot. So, you know, all of these guys are super chill. I'm really glad that we get to see such high tier and generally also fun-loving players compete. We're probably gonna see a bunch of memes here, which isn't going to be the case next game. Regardless of which one of these two teams win, and both of these teams, at least with this stand and squad, all like to have fun, aren't really full tryhard or whatever. However, the thing is, the winner of this match moves on to face the big bad boss, Team Gambit, and Team Gambit, they have proven to be scary. That's nightmare material for anyone who has to play against it, so... These two teams are competing in a very light-hearted, very fun, entertaining game of Dota. To see which of them gets the privilege of not having fun the next game.
Nice try.
So in terms of blasts, while the game is quiet here, Chaos Knight is a tiny bit ahead of the Morphling, which I guess is completely fine. Has to Joe on the Legion command, meanwhile doing a good job, but he is gonna suffer. He got a Courier Snipe coming in on the mid lane. Okay, never mind. That's actually the Dire Courier. We got an attempted Courier Snipe coming in on the mid lane. Tinker, he is going to get his bottle in just... Oh no, the Invis rune would have lasted too. Havite just a tiny bit mistiming that one. Oh dear. Well, they're gonna go kill instead. Which I guess at least means... Okay. That is kinda unlucky. That is kinda unlucky for LeftOneTV here.
You should have known.
Also, I keep telling Cube that 2 pixels are missing from the LeftOneTV logo so that it's a straight line like all the other heroes. With the color thing. Since Cube is the guy, okay, I'm not sure if he came up with that logo on his own, but he made it. And that's pretty great if you have a guy in your team committed to actually doing that kind of stuff instead of just being there like, I play Dota, that's it. But those 2 pixels missing me that is not in a complete straight line are so triggering to me.
The wages of fear. Regeneration.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
On the bottom lane, Waga actually pulling some good shenanigans on his tree. He's finally going to get himself caught, but the beauty of it is dust doesn't last that long, and tree is pretty tanky, so see that word, that's gonna last. So Waga in the end is going to get punished for just being that cocky, sticking around. He could have gotten himself out, I'm pretty sure, simply by crossing over to the other lane and then walking like this. Since you got way more juke space here, you can go like this, here. Here you can go like this. There's a lot of possibilities. The second the dust wears off, you can make a quick turnaround. You can also fake it out, acting like you turned around. That's one of the easiest tricks in order to learn, and I can definitely recommend it. By the way, if any of you play Invis Heroes and want to get a bit of additional MMR, you gotta fake it out. You gotta wait till the dust lasts 1 or 2 seconds. Then already start turning around in a different direction to make the enemy think you're gonna continue running in that direction, and then turn around immediately again after the dust is worn off. It's one of those things that a lot of pro players actually do passively without even thinking about it, which, you know, makes Dota so much easier if you just consciously keep that in mind. But in terms of odds, nobody is having any faith in LeftOneTV. I gotta double check if I have the odds right in a bit, but first Joe is going to get killed off here. That was careless indeed. But Joe, I mean, it's obvious he is going to suffer this game. Might as well start soon to get used to it.
Illusion.
Stormer has an insanely good mid lane though. This Tinker actually losing his lane to an OD. Tinker in general losing his lane is not really a common occurrence. But Stormer, he is one of the like top 50 mid laners in the world, maybe top 100 or so. But I'm pretty sure he's in the top 50, and well deserved. Already dishing out a lot of damage early game with the double null talisman build, which is getting more and more popular. This is a no bottle OD though. I mean, usually double talisman. Okay, LeBron is going to get out of there. Storm pursuing means he actually wastes a bit of time, wastes a bit of lasting space. But the thing is, the double null talisman build seems to be very encouraging to go for a bottle, just because you get extra value from it. I know usually the whole stats moving items to backpack and out of the thing, it isn't that big. However, in the current meta, the mid lane is really a battle of attrition. It's really about which one is going to run out of regen items. Then you bully that person. And talking about bullying, Swift ending getting bullied there. He is going to proc an ultimate, but Stormer on the OD, not worried at all here. Chaos Knight going to tough caught, taking a lot of damage. Legion Commander coming in with the heal, but a tiny bit too late. Now Legion Commander going to get removed from the map. Neuer taking a lot of damage. Stormer sitting at 13 stolen intelligence, which is pretty impressive considering that it's level 1 arcane orb.
Dire's middle tower
And with that LeftOneTV, they're going to get a 1 fight here. However, they are committing a lot to this. I mean, it's fine as long as Morphling doesn't go down. It's fine as long as OD doesn't go down. Morphling can actually afford to go down because he is kind of counterpicked. Morphling not really strong against Chaos Knight.
top tower is under
Not really that good against Legion Commander either. Really good against Tinker, but Tinker isn't going to be man fighting one-on-one against the Morph, or even going to initiate on the Morph. Cube. No mana to get out. That feels sad. 3 mana we're missing too. Since he could have made such a great escape, like bam, down the high ground. And from there on, it's pretty easy to get away. I mean, can't blame the guy. Cube, I don't know, I mean, he's pretty decent with Sand King, yes, but it's not his style, and if something's not your style, you're gonna make ever so slight mistakes. This wasn't a mistake of his, this was just kinda bad luck. Well, if you called a mistake, then you gotta call every single tiny thing in Dota a mistake, like thinking 3 steps ahead, that kind of thing. But either way, Cube, on the Sand King, although he is pretty good with that kind of heroes, he's pretty good with any direct skill and reflex-based heroes, since he sees all the opportunities to go for a burrow strike, go for a hook shot, go for all that kind of things. Sand King isn't quite right up his alley. It's not necessarily a signature hero of his or anything like that. Whereas Joe got one of his favorite most played heroes. I'm not sure which his favorite heroes are. For all we know, it could be something like Techie's offlane. I don't know, the kind of stuff you never see in the meta just because it's too ridiculous and too unreliable. Position 3 Nuker Tusk. Position 3 Desolator Nuker Tusk offlane. Now that we're naming improbable but definitely possible meme builds for the offlane, and while I'm talking about meme builds, Arai's going to get killed. Cube had to sacrifice himself for that one, but it's good. This is good. Stormer here on the OD, doing his exact job, getting fed. At OD, he is the one person that isn't really countered at any stage of the game. That is going to be smooth sailing as long as he doesn't make any mistakes and as long as his team focuses on protecting him. So you can throw everyone except for the Morphling in and sacrifice them. As long as OD is going to live, it's gonna be fine. Meanwhile, Waga on the offlane tree and still going really well. His stats are looking poor, but Sand King got a super good Blink Dagger timing. And this is actually a pretty neat, pretty interesting build. Yet another reason to be happy about this matchup. Noya taking quite a bit. That Blink Dagger already paying for itself here. Stormer on a killing spree, can't afford to go down, but he goes down. It's still early, so he can definitely bounce back, but now Swift Ending left unchecked and is able to, with his Illus, go hunting a bit. Morphling actually going to come in there. As for the back and the rest of the team closes in, and Swift Ending, he is going to get punished for that one. Not quite the perfect outcome. I think Morphling going, well, okay, I guess it's fair. I guess this is fair just because Morphling is such a big lead. I mean, the Morph is going to struggle a bit. Or not. Never mind that. Shizui just blowing up a Rise as if it's nothing.
An exceptional fight.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
This will do nicely.
As the joke gonna be fine for once. Noya, he's going to get himself caught again. Like I said, he doesn't mind playing a bit of sacrificial support. He doesn't mind being the one who has guard position, being the one who's pretty much dead. It's what he does, well, not necessarily best, but it's one of his biggest strengths. That and then being a playmaker when he really needs it. I think he just gets a kick of adrenaline and does his thing. Tinker slightly behind on TP boots timing. But LeftOneTV.
Radiant's top tower is falling.
Oh boy, look at that. Cube coming in with an epicenter, but getting his fun denied, and that's actually going to be a free duel for Joe. He's not going to find a lot of those this game. but all of a sudden Swift ending really dangerous because it's really hard to keep him in check when you gotta protect Stormstorm as well. Stormstorm, he is one of the best mids in the world. At least, you know, top 100.
Dire structures are fortified.
Swift ending on the Chaos Knight, pretty much allowed to do whatever he likes at this stage. Is that the same power curve you get just generally from getting your armlet online?
Double damage.
So LeftOneTV, they're still super far ahead, mostly thanks to the Morphling, and when Morphling is going to come online, Shizui also playing a very defensive Morphling, making sure that the Legion countering him is not going to be possible. A wise move, however this is going to give time to Team Doggie here. And Bane is going to get caught, Noya is going to go down. Noya, this is not his game. I mean, he's enabled a lot of kills. He's had very high involvement in those team fights.
Dire structures are fortified.
But if you give Noya, I think if you give Noya a really big ultimate hero where a single ultimate from that hero can turn an entire team fight around, or even better, some hero who's great at emergency saves, which I argue, okay, Nightmare, but Nightmare isn't that high of hard to pull off and in exchange for that high rewarding skill.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
On the bottom lane, we got a fight going on. Tinker getting rooted up. He doesn't like people standing close to him, kind of like a Drow Range in that regard, but Shizui did get dropped with the Lingus being procced, and this is the worst case scenario for LeftOneTV. Since now both their OD and their Morphling got killed off once. On the other hand, if they were... Okay, Swift ending, he decides that tower isn't going to be worth it. And to be fair, it would have lasted like 3 minutes until it would have been passively pushed in. But thing is, LeftOneTV, although they're losing all the high value, exactly the hero they aren't allowed to lose, they make up for that by creating a lot of space, by creating a lot of time for the Morphling farm, and a very good economic preset for themselves. Which, with a greedy team like that, although they're up against just this greedy team, is going to be a huge benefit. You could argue especially because they're up against such a greedy team, but then again, Team Doggie can return the favor really easily if Team LeftOneTV accidentally end up stalling a tiny bit too much. Zooey getting red again, but he does manage to get the morph off at least. The duel, and look at that morphling tanking a crap ton of damage here. He is going to be fine though, and with LeBron,
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
this is still not going to be a successful turnaround. LeBron getting knocked back quite a bit there by the morph, and Shizui on the chase. LeBron, can he get himself out? No,
Dyer's
definitely
top
not.
tower is under attack.
I was the harbinger of that.
Team LeftOneTV still set up for a very good game here. It's Doggie who, despite having this really big, really dominant Chaos Knight, can't do everything they please. Just because the Chaos Knight Illus are going to get killed off by the OD, and there's nothing Chaos Knight can do about it either. It's not like you can pick up an item which reduces bonus damage, pure bonus damage, to illusions being dealt. I mean, Wagamama.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
Walking around on the bottom lane is dangerous, but Legion Commander didn't get a duel victory.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dyer's top tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Shizui, he went down there. But all of a sudden, look at that Stormstormer turning the fight around immediately with a big Sandy's Clips. Cube, still going, still keeping himself alive for as long as he can with the Ghost Scepter. And Stormstormer, he has to try and get out of there. The Living Armor doing a lot to keep him alive here. Wagamama, not only on point map awareness, and here we see what I meant earlier during the draft, with the switching from doing one thing to another. Also, apparently chat's trying to interact with me. Sorry about that, guys. I was kinda sucked in by the game here. But for those curious about the reschedule, Evil Corp versus Comanche game, it's not going to be played for a bit due to Comanche coming in or kicking one of their players. Meanwhile, Wagamama getting annihilated there. Rise securing the kill, and Rise, he is on the top of his prime game here. The thing is, Wagamama so close and yet so far from that Midas. Would really like to get that one going.
Dyer's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower.
Okay, no kill on Cube there. On the top lane, still a lot of pressure being brought on the side of Team Doggie. Not what I wanted. Sack. So, LeftOneTV, they're going to play the Midas game here, which I guess is fine. This is actually one of the old strats in Dota. Pick Treant Protector, buy a couple Midases, and just do your thing. However, the issue is that with a Chaos Knight, there is a lot of push. Chaos Knight is actually one of the most underrated pushes in Dota. I mean, everybody knows he can push well, but people don't really compare him to something like the Tiny, which he is definitely worthy of.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
I'm guessing one of the reasons why Chaos Knight isn't seen as that big a pusher
Dyer's top
is just
tower
because,
has fallen.
unlike a Tiny, Chaos Knight can't just walk up for a couple of hits. He needs to bring his Illu squad, making him a bit less, you know, not necessarily mobile, but it is hard to coordinate, it is hard to position right, giving him less chance to do what Tiny does, walking up to a tower, hitting it, walking back, or proccing BKB and just slamming down the tower, because a lot of the push comes from his illus, a lot of the push comes from the armlet.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Swift ending, going to go ahead and push more.
Dire's bottom tower.
LeftOneTV, they're still in a good spot. They're still pretty strong. I mean, they've essentially done the two core things. Take down the safe lane tier 2 as soon as you can. And I might as soon as you can. The only thing is that they've given Chaos Knight a little bit too much space. If it was any other hero than the Chaos Knight, this game would have been in the back for quite a while. Poor team LeftOneTV here, but such is life. Getting ran at, getting dueled up. Joe, he's actually been finding quite a lot of duels, which I know sounds really contradictory to the game being 27 minutes and only like 50 damage. But the thing is, since you can't go in if OD or the Shadow Demon is nearby.
Dire's top tower is under
and look at that. Team LeftOneTV, they cannot afford to let this tower go down under any circumstances. This would break their entire game plan. They're gonna defend this as well as they can, that is. But this tower, fortification committed, Morphic coming in with the shotgun. Here we go, it's all or nothing now. Once again, very nice save there from the Shadow Demon. But Kesnet, he is now only getting started. Going to proc that ultimate. Here comes the Treant ultimate, however, as a bit of a reactive tool. And a big ultimate as well from LeBron. LeBron turning the fight around. Oh my goodness, Arise dealing so much damage with those missiles too, and they gotta buy back here, they can't afford to. This is the entire game plan currently being taken. Oh shit. I mean, I'm not rooting for either team, but this is not an impressive outplay or anything. This is just Team LeftOneTV kinda overestimating the time they have. So they've essentially just thrown a game, which was completely in the bag. I mean, it's not completely thrown yet. It is... I shouldn't be dealing in absolutes here. It's not completely thrown. Especially because OD can get the BKB online. However, the thing is, this is going to cost them a really big gold net worth swing. And even with Midas sustaining up after that big a swing is going to take a while. So, there is 2 Midases. That's not bad. That's definitely not bad. Cube opting for the Aghanim Scepter now. Treant Axe would also be really good. Interesting build here from Waga though, talent-wise. I mean, the 3-second tree respawn, I'm honestly a big fan of it. I don't think it seems like a meme. I mean, okay, never mind. It does feel like a meme until you actually try it in action. It's so nice to have. It's one of the coolest talents in Dota. The only problem is that people don't really realize that. People don't really see that you can make so many shit happen with so many plays happen with Timbersaw. Since usually when you see a Timbersaw die, he is nearly immortal. So he is either surrounded by 5, or there is a silver edge, or the tree he was trying to chain to is down. And those 3 occurrences all occur at the same rate, so if you mitigate one of them, it's gonna be huge. I don't know. Just had to speak up for the talent because people hate it, people meme about it. Meanwhile, what LeftOneTV hate is their towers going down in a game they plan to play as slow as possible. OD got his BKB, so it's going to get that ready for the next fight. That's going to be a high impact item. Morphling opting for a Blink Dagger, which is going to mitigate the old school, you know, Morphling's playstyle a little bit, where you can actually go in, shotgun a support to the face and jump out. That's gonna be a really neat tool.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Team Doggie, they want to finish this game. They know they're on the clock here. And although with racks down, with this much map control, the clock isn't ticking insanely fast. It is going to keep ticking. Morph coming in, trying to shotgun Noya, but Noya is going to be fine.
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
At last.
LeftOneTV, they're going to get pushed in a corner here. They should be able to manage, but any kind of mistake is going to end the game right here, right now. Alright, is going to get spotted there. LeBron actually went for a jam. I mean, he's the type of guy who can actually carry it as well. And I'm not just saying this because he is a tanky Earth Spirit right now, which nowadays is kinda common-ish. He went with the boulder damage. Kinda meh. I mean, it's not like you definitely need the armor, but going for the armor talent there also seems so bad. Allows you to itemize a bit differently. Morphling, trying to deep push here against the Chaos Knight. And the fortification has to be committed, but what actual tools are there? Okay, shotgun. There is a shotgun to help deal with the CK a little bit and an OD. Still, the tower is almost down, and there is the CK ultimate. Stormstormer, he made himself magic immune, so he cannot. Oh no! Stormstormer going to buy back.
Dire's middle barracks have fallen.
Oh my goodness.
Dire's middle barracks have fallen.
Good game, well played. Well, not really sure if there is a lot of good about this kind of game. LeftOneTV, they got cocky. This is such an obvious strat. This is such a staple strat in Dota. Like back in the very early days. Back where Dota was just starting out as a PvE.